Have you ever wondered how a Ford Maverick in real life actually corners? What kind of fuel economy it actually gets? How the turning radius is? The differences between front wheel drive and all wheel drive in the snow? Acceleration? The transmissions? Heck, we'll even talk about going from electric mode to gas mode because this is an XLT hybrid, so very rare on the market right now, but I got to drive in the snow and at night. The very famous hybrid, very popular, and we're also going to be talking about, of course, comfort, suspension, and a whole lot more. So if this interests you, you're definitely at the right place. I'm Johnny at Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. I'm your host, and today I'm going to be taking you on a ride so that you get really a first-person feel for this vehicle because so many of us haven't had a chance to drive it. I'll even take a moment in the video to not even talk so you can really hear the vehicle for yourself. So right off, let's start talking about turning radius. You can see right here, the turning radius on this is fantastic. And I don't just mean for a truck. It's fantastic, period. It has a great turning radius. You're going to be able to do U-turns in the city without any issues whatsoever. You're going to love that aspect of the vehicle. Now, let's just actually get on the road and start properly testing this.
So really nice, you know, when you're in all electric mode, because the needle in the dash, I'll have that pop up, the needle in the dash stays in the green zone and doesn't pass the little zero mark. Once you pass the zero mark, well, you're going towards what they're saying is 100% power. Essentially, that just means the gas engine is jumping in and helping out. Anyways, you'll hear a little bit of gasoline engine when the gasoline engine does kick in.
And I can tell you that Ford's gasoline model looks just as good. That's the 2-liter EcoBoost. While I may not look as good as one of Ford's models here, as you can see here, I can tell you the on-road isn't nearly as smooth and nice as in Ford's media videos, and the off-road is a little rougher.
Pretty bad, but inside the vehicle I'm very comfortable. A little bit of camera shake from the mounting stick, the camera holder, but very comfortable seats, comfortable suspension. Plenty of acceleration.
And not only does the front wheel drive hybrid give us plenty of acceleration, which is rather quite surprising, it's actually, the Maverick is excellent at cornering, which I got to test last summer, as you can see right here. Whipped it in the corners. Now, of course, this is a 2-liter EcoBoost, and if you are looking for a bit more of a drag truck because you've got a really heavy foot, this is the right vehicle for you. But either way, you're gonna have excellent cornering. Now, on these snowy, icy roads, I can't test cornering quite that hard, but I can assure you the cornering is top notch. This thing is planted.
Great braking. I think anyone's gonna be buying a Maverick to have a drag truck, but if they are, go with the EcoBoost.
Now, in both videos, we can definitely tell whether it's winter or summer, there is a bit of suspension noise, but that's to be expected from a truck. Remember, this has a 1,500-pound payload.
Automatic lights, day and night, they get taken care of automatically. I'm an XLT. I've got digital temperature here. Nice functional touchscreen. Right now we are driving in electric mode. Not that cold out, it is slightly below freezing, but just slightly. So that gasoline engine will probably turn on just a little bit more. Once you let off the pedal, definitely goes into electric mode and actually starts recharging that battery. Hybrid battery on this isn't that big. From memory, it's a 1.1 kilowatt hour battery. So a small battery, but enough to give you really great fuel economy, especially in the city.
Okay, so that's enough radio silence from me. Normally I talk so much more, but I did get the request to have a bit of drive footage where I'm not talking so we can really hear the vehicle. And what we've heard so far, I hope you've been taking notes on bumps, yeah, there's some noise. The suspension does make some noise, but remember, this is a reasonably sized and amazingly priced truck that has a 1,500-pound payload. Just to give you an idea, a lot of medium-sized trucks are playing between 1,000 to 1,500 pounds, and heck, a classic Ram 4-door runs at about just under 1,400 pounds of payload. So this 1,500 pounds of payload is incredible. It's one of the reasons why I feel this truck deserves to be Truck of the Year, because it's brought something completely new to the market. An extremely good, extremely well-priced truck. This isn't just extremely well priced and complete hot garbage. This thing drives amazingly. And of course, we do hear the suspension a little bit more, but you have to have some compromise somewhere when you're gonna have 1,500 pounds of payload. What I do love is that this is not behaving like a typical hybrid. The transition from electric to gas is very silent. Okay, and while I say silent, this has actually been a point that reviewers have been some really criticizing, and I'd say it's silent in the sense that no matter what, a gasoline engine is going to make noise. But when it does turn on, you're not feeling a big shift, you don't feel it turn on, and it's not all that loud if you're not hard on the pedal. Now, if you are hard on the pedal, of course the gasoline engine's gonna make noise. This is what gasoline engines do. Unless you're buying a super high-end, incredibly expensive luxury vehicle, gasoline engines make noise. It's just the way it is. There's nothing to avoid that. So I would give top marks for the transition between electric to gas on the hybrid and the 2-liter EcoBoost. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I just love how that thing drives. Super peppy, good sounding engine, powerful, tons of torque at low end, 277 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 RPM, which is excellent. Absolutely excellent for a truck that comes in just under 3,700 pounds. But let's get to talking about this hybrid some more. The hybrid I am not disappointed in whatsoever because it doesn't have a CVT transmission. And actually, I'm quite disappointed that a lot of reviewers have been calling this a CVT transmission and don't take the time to explain, differentiate, or know. Maybe it's not important to them, but it's so important to me to point out that this isn't a CVT, it's an ECVT. And the difference is that this is a planetary gear set. You actually have a big old gear with a couple other smaller mechanical gears made of metal. So there's no elastic feeling to this transmission. When you step on the gas, it actually accelerates. It doesn't feel like you're on an elastic. My four-wheeler has that, even though it's supposed to be one of the best CVTs on the market. I'm just not a fan. And also what's nice is I didn't feel at any point that I was having to drive this high RPM to accelerate, to go up hills. I really didn't notice that the transmission's different from what I'm used to driving. What I did notice is incredible fuel economy, which we'll get to in just a moment, but I want to point out something really important. The comfort of these XLT seats. I've driven, and I've got the videos to prove it. I've driven XL, I've driven Lariat, and I feel there's no difference in comfort in the seat as far as back support, side support. I'm absolutely convinced that it is the same seat. It's just the material that changes. And I do find the Lariat's ActiveX to be comfortable to the feel. It's very comfortable to the feel. I describe it as similar to a high-end leather. However, it's actually plastic, recycled plastic, which is good. We got to do something with the leftover plastic. But more importantly, it's very durable. And it's not only very durable, it's also good for not getting stained. Now let's talk about the silence of this electric mode. When we're in electric mode, we hear nothing. I just love driving this and trying to keep it in an electric mode as often as possible. But going right back to what we were talking about in regards to differences between the XL, XLT, and Lariat, what I can say is the sound deadening on all of them is excellent. The 6-speaker sound system is good despite the criticisms it's been getting. Who goes and sits in their car for hours to have the highest quality sound? No, you get an incredible sound system for your home. This absolutely does the trick. It's good. You just need to play around with the options to really, the settings of the sound to make it sound great. Now, I love the XLT because it has cruise control. It has also, let's do keep in mind that it has the mags. You know, I'm a fan of look. I like the look of the mags. It's got the 10 bed tie downs, which I think the 6 on the XL is fine and does the job. But the reason we went with an XLT, of course, is the power tailgate. We don't want to have to manually lock that. We want to lock the tailgate from with our keys, but also it's Marie. I probably actually would have gone Lariat, but Marie actually wanted an XL, but when she found out she couldn't have heated seats and a heated steering wheel, well, that's what brought us into the XLT. As you can see, these are snowy conditions and very cold conditions that we get up here. But I can tell you, if you do get a front wheel drive hybrid, the intelligent front wheel drive does an excellent job of keeping the vehicle in a straight line, even when the roads are snowy and icy and you just stomp on the pedal. As we saw earlier in the video, the intelligent front wheel drive system of Ford is smart and effective. And while the all-wheel drive system is just extremely hard to beat, that is a go anywhere, anytime system. So if you need to go anywhere, anytime, and you have horrible conditions, either mud, sand, or snow, deep snow, that's going to be the model for you on the EcoBoost. Now, my biggest takeaway from this vehicle actually is the comfort, the fact that it has very good sound deadening, and my only little point tension is the suspension. You do hear it, but hey, it's got 1,500 pounds of payload, which I would have never expected from what's considered, you know, the small segment for trucks. This is smaller than a Tacoma and quite a bit less expensive, if equally equipped, of course, with 4 doors. So very impressed, and actually this is one of the vehicles that have impressed me the most in the last 20 years. I've owned almost 70 vehicles, and I absolutely love this thing. The fuel economy was really quite worth talking about. I got 40 miles per gallon on the trip we just did. Now, that is good. That's 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers, or if you're up on the northern metric side of things, and has a great turning radius. It has fantastic cornering. This is an excellent truck. I love how it drives, and I can't wait for mine to come in. Now, please don't judge the backup camera at night based on this video, because going from my camera to that screen, it didn't come in nearly as clearly as it actually did. So from eyesight, that backup camera looked a whole lot better, and that's why I had pictures of it at the beginning of the video. Now, the XLT interior, yes, it's got some plastic, but those are the areas you don't touch. These are very comfortable seats. Ford did an excellent job. Now, just to show you what we're going to see from the inside of the vehicle, this is the little course that we're going to be doing, but I'll be driving a whole lot faster, and it's going to be an EcoBoost, just to help you decide in case you're having a little bit of trouble between the two models. I do say I love them both, but here we'll actually get to see a bit more of the suspension and a bit of that suspension noise and cornering, of course, as well.
10 kilometers over what represents potholes. That was nice. Let's do a full turn here. Hard turn, cramp the wheel. See the turning radius on this.
Okay, so all this day footage added to the night winter video isn't because I want to avoid having the darkest YouTube video on the internet. It's because I really feel that I'm not a car reviewer. I am a car shower. It's a bit of show and tell, and I'm here to see if, you know, if the shoe fits the foot, because vehicles are a whole lot like shoes. They'll never make everyone happy, but I'd love to know if this vehicle has helped you decide if this is the right vehicle or not. and why. So please throw it in the comment section. Does the Maverick work for you? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? And if you have ordered or are thinking of ordering, let us know what you're looking at. So essentially, I want to be here to help inform. I just want to get the info out there, and I want to be a community that helps each other inform. So please, let's stay positive in the comment section, help each other out, but let's get right back into that summer test drive to really help you form your opinion on the Ford Maverick. Now you can form your own opinion and please drop it in the comments, but I just want you to take note of the cornering here. Let me know what you think, and also this is the EcoBoost engine noise. I'd also love to hear what you think, especially in comparison to the hybrid. Now in the past we have talked about size comparisons, but here you go again if you're interested, in case you're still having trouble deciding if this is the right truck for you. But let's just talk about interior space really quickly because I've done whole videos on it. It is incredible how surprising the interior space on the Maverick is. It's actually ever so slightly more than a 4-door new Ranger. So the interior of this has nothing to do with the old Ranger that we saw in the 90s and 2000s. Now I'd love to hear whether, please, in the comments section, did you get a hybrid? Did you get an EcoBoost? Are you thinking of getting one or the other? I've got all sorts of other videos on the Maverick, over 50 of them, so I can't flush absolutely everything out, but I hope I have been helpful. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please just type in finisher so that I know you got here. And until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power. Take care.